Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to show you guys how to print a bigger design with your sublimation printer. So say for example you have the Sawgrass SG500, or maybe you have a smaller Epson printer but you can only print an 8.5 by 11 or up to an 8.5 by 14. So I'm going to show you guys how we can slice an image to print it out in multiple pieces and tape it back together. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm using Canva to do this. This is completely free. So all I've done here is uploaded my design using uploads right over here. So I've already got my design out here. I wanted to actually show you two different designs when it comes to doing this through Canva. So when it comes to slicing these images, pay attention. You really want designs that are even on the top and the bottom. It doesn't matter about the sides, just the top and the bottom, and you will be golden. Now, for example, a design like this, you're going to have issues when you have a spot like this. So right down here at the bottom, you guys can see there's just a little bit of pink coming down. So when I go to slice this in half, this side is not going to be the same dimensions as this one. It's going to cause this piece right here, the black border, to be out of whack as well as everything else. So make sure and pay attention that you have something that is even on the top and bottom. It doesn't matter the shape. As long as both sides are going to have equal sides, you're going to be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this design right here, and we're going to use this one here. All right, so now that you've uploaded your design, you're ready to go. You just need to come right over here to duplicate these pieces right here. Click on it, and now we have two pieces. So you're simply just going to select both of those by dragging your mouse over both pieces. From here, we're going to go to position, and I like to go to top and center. So now both of these designs are right on top of each other. So what I'm going to do here is select the top layer, and we're going to go to cropped. So from here, I'm going to drag this over, you can see here, I want to keep it to the top and the bottom. I'm just bringing it over to the center. I'm trying to get it as much as I can to the center. It doesn't matter if you're off a little bit, you just want to try to find the center, and then we're going to hit done. So now you can see this is the second layer, this is the first layer. Hit crop. And this time we're going to drag it to the opposite side. So you know you've went too far when you can see that gray center. So what we want to do is try to keep this right on line. You can accidentally go over a little bit and that will be okay. Just don't go under. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done. So now as you can see, we actually have two separate pieces. So what I want to do is duplicate this. So there is two pages. You can do that right here. And what I want to do is keep this piece, but delete the other side. Same thing with this one. We're going to delete this side. So now I have two separate designs now. So what we want to do is come over to download. Make sure it's on PNG. You can see that it's going to download two pages. We're going to hit download. So now as you guys can see, this was our original design, and now we have two separate pieces of that same design. Now, if you guys have an Epson printer, all you need to do is go through the steps to print these out as you usually do. If you guys have a Sawgrass printer, you may have noticed a file right here after you downloaded all of your programs on your computer. You may have noticed this Sawgrass Smart folder, and if you don't have it or you can't find it, you can add a new one by coming up to your print manager and adding another one here. So all you're simply going to do is we're going to drag these into the Sawgrass print manager. So as you can see, they're going to pop right over here, and now we want to size them to be exactly what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to jobs, and we're going to change the height to 10.5, just like so. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this into the Smart folder, and the same thing with the next design. We're going to go ahead and change the height to 10.5, just like so. So now we have both sides and they're at 10.5. We're going to double check our materials. So we've got polyester. I'm using my Tru-Pix Classic Tray 1. All of my settings are the way that I want them. My color is vivid. So I've got them sized out to where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and print them out. Now we've got our designs printed out, so you can see there are two separate sheets of paper, and we're just going to go ahead and line them up to make a bigger design. So as you can see, the one on the right, this is the one I was telling you about, just that little bit on the bottom that can throw off the design. So it's just ever so slightly, but that design is now ruined. So what we're going to go ahead and do, you can use a paper trimmer or a pair of scissors to trim off the excess white. So it's just on the one side here you need to worry about. So we're going to go ahead and trim off any excess so we can line these up perfectly. You just want to trim off that excess white. You want to try not to leave any of it behind. And we're just going to line these up until we are happy with them. And then what I do is I apply a piece of tape at the top and the bottom so I can flip it over carefully, keeping those in line. And then I'm going to apply a piece of tape to the back. So I'm going to get a nice strip here, and I'm using heat resistant tape, by the way, guys. So we are ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess on the right here, and this design is good to go. As you guys can see here, now this design is a little bit over a 10 by 10, so it's definitely bigger than what you could have done. We could do as big as you would like. You could print these out into 4 pieces and tape them together. So whatever project you have, feel free to slice that as many times as you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off just to show you that you guys can sublimate this. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tote bag. So I've got my tote bag here. I've got a Cricut pad inside. I'm using my bigger Cricut Easy Press, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this on here and just kind of see where that's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and lint roll to remove any sort of debris from my tote. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry my design. So I'm just hovering over. I'm not touching this at all. I've got a good 2 inches in between. I'm just drying that design. And now I'm going to go ahead and remove any sort of moisture from my tote bag. I'm going to go ahead and let that cool for just a second, and I'm going to apply my design face down. I'm going to go ahead and fold over those pieces of tape where I had held down the front side. So I'll go ahead and fold those over. That way it is not going to stick onto my iron. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply a few more pieces of this heat resistant tape all the way around to hold down my design. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and apply a piece of parchment paper and my Easy Press. I've got this at 385 for 40 seconds with even pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my Easy Press, my parchment paper, and my design. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys I messed up and didn't get the very top part. So all I did was trim away the little part at the top so I didn't have to worry about messing up my design and shifting it. So I'm just going to apply this one piece up here at the very top. And now I've got to go ahead and put my pad right back inside, and then I'm going to apply my parchment paper on top and then my press. This time I'm only pressing the press towards the top. I'm putting the pressure towards that side. Same time, just going all the way through, remove the parchment paper, and we are good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.